Good morning, everyone. We are Group 5 and we're going to discuss controlling and evaluation. So, controlling, it enables the manager to detect errors and defects in the course of work and to take corrective actions whenever needed. It also provides proper direction to work in conformity with the plan of action or predetermined standards. It has proper performance appraisal, assessment, interpretation, and correct application of discipline, and follows the total quality management in doing the right thing at the right time, the right way even at the first time, accepts feedback and reinforcement, and targets problem prevention. So there are features of controlling. Controlling is a dynamic process. A manager is required to take a different course of actions when an employee fails to match the standards of performance. A manager should have the skills to decide how to react to a certain situation. Similarly, the course of corrective action would be different for the employee who does not perform as per standard frequently than the employee who has failed to meet performance standards for the first time. So, for example, if an employee is absent frequently, then the manager first should talk with him and ask for the reason of his absenteeism. So this is a root cause analysis. We need first to find out the reason why and provide solution to the problem. So if the problem persists, then he should take some strict action. Controlling is also the end function because it comes into action once the task is completed. The performance standards are decided before the work is assigned to the employees, and once the work is complete, the performance of employees is compared with the standard performance. And if the performance of the employees is same as that of the standard performance, then no actions are required to be taken, but in case the performance doesn't match, then the manager is required to take the corrective actions. So planning and controlling go hand in hand. A manager is required to plan so that he can control the actions of employees in order to achieve the desired outcome and achieve the organizational goals. Without planning, controlling is meaningless, and without controlling, planning can't go as directed. So controlling is a pervasive function because it can be escaped at any level of management. All management is required to control at all levels. In this way, the controlling is done at all levels. However, there might be a difference in the methods of control, and different corrective actions are taken when the performance of the employee is not as desired. For example, a top-level manager will control the actions of a middle-level manager and supervise the performance of the manager, and similarly, a low-level manager is answerable to a middle-level manager. So that's it. Ms. Chin Sapphire Lipa will discuss the importance and advantages of controlling.
Good day everyone, I am Chin Sapphire Zilipao and I am here to discuss about the importance and advantages of controlling. So what are the importance of controlling? First, controlling motivates employees. It doesn't mean that the managers are only giving orders to the employees, but also the manager guides his employees throughout the process and provides help to them whenever they need it. He also makes sure that each employee is doing his work with proper dedication and even scolds the employees if they're not putting 100% efforts in their work but in a proper way. A motivated employee ends up performing much more than his actual capacity. Second, controlling makes the efficient work of resources. Under controlled environment, employees make the proper use of resources and are careful while using them. With a management control system, decision makers can make sure that the employee get maximum output out of the available resources to them. Third one, controlling creates discipline. Another importance of controlling in the management process is the discipline in the organization. Discipline is necessary to attain the goal in the desired time and with available resources. People tend to become careless, especially if they know that their actions are not monitored or controlled, and if they know that there is nobody that questions their work. Then the last one is controlling helps in deciding the right judgment about the standards. Standards cannot be decided over a hunch. Yes, it's correct. And the management that makes sure that the standards are decided with proper analysis of the performance from its past projects or past plan and the available human resources in the company and the capacity of the organization as a whole. So aside from the importance, we do have also the advantages of controlling. So what are those? So controlling saves time and energy, allows managers to concentrate on important tasks, and allows better utilization of the managerial resource. It also helps in timely corrective action to be taken by the manager, and managers can delegate tasks so routine chores can be completed by subordinates. Open opportunities for improvement, compares performance against set standards, and provides information about how well the process and people function. So, from these advantages and the importance of controlling, of course, the evaluation or controlling has also its principles. So, what are those principles that we are going to talk about? First, the controlling or evaluation that will be done by the manager must be based on behavioral standards of performance with position requirements. So it depends upon the position of the staff that you are evaluating. So not all of your staff are the same position. So not the same evaluation that you are going to do to your staff as a manager. There should be enough time to observe employees' behavior in a monthly manner, weekly manner, or a yearly manner. And the employee should be given a copy of the following before the scheduled evaluation. You as a manager, you should make sure that your staff has a copy of his job description, performance standards, and evaluation forms. And performance appraisal should include both satisfactory and unsatisfactory results. You have to do the performance appraisal. This performance appraisal is an evaluation of the performance of the staff, of itself, of its peers, or of its superiors. We have also the halo error and the horn error. These are your subconscious evaluation to your staff or the other peers. So halo error, it's giving high evaluation. It's a false high evaluation because at first, for example, you saw your staff, oh, we have something in common, so you tend to give him a high appraisal. And the horn error is being critical or giving your staff a very low evaluation because at the first meeting, there's something that you don't like with him. So you tend to give low evaluation because of that. Then areas needing improvement must be prioritized. Should be structured in such a way that it is perceived and accepted positively as a means of improving job performance of your staff. So in evaluation, we also have this what we call the 360-degree evaluation. So what is this 360-degree evaluation? This 360-degree evaluation is also known as a multi-rater feedback assessment, and the process and the tool used to provide employees comprehensive performance and culture feedback from self-evaluation as well as from those who work around them. So, this 360-degree evaluation also includes evaluation for their managers, supervisors, peers, colleagues, and direct reports. Even feedback from other people outside the organization can also be accounted for. Like for example, the family of the patient that wants to give evaluation to their staff nurse, so they can do also it. They can also do it in 360-degree evaluation. So this type of evaluation process is used for developmental and performance appraisal purposes, aiming to help employees improve their work their skills and behavior towards better performance and productivity.
Good day, everyone. I'm Arian Tamayo Abejuela, and now I'll discuss the essential process of controlling and structural management. So, controlling it is a fundamental function that ensures organizational goals are achieved efficiently and effectively. So now let's break down this process into its key components. So the first step in controlling it involves establishing standards. It serves as benchmarks for performance. So standards can be classified into two categories. We have a measurable or tangible standards. So these are quantifiable metrics that can be expressed numerically. So for example, for this, it includes costs, output, time, profit margins, and expenditure. So this one, they provide clear criteria for assessing performance and are essential for objective evaluations. And now we have the non-measurable or intangible standards. In contrast, standards cannot be quantified easily. They encompass aspects such as employee morale, manager performance, and worker attitudes. So, while more challenging to evaluate, they play a crucial role in overall functioning of a business or a management. And then, once standards are set, the next step is measuring actual performance against the standards. So this measurement involves several factors. So what are these factors? So we have the employee attitude, it understanding how employees feel about their work, and it can indicate overall performance levels. Second is a moral and motivation. Its high morale often correlates with better productivity. And also it includes the physical environment. So the work environment significantly impacts worker performance. And then lastly we have the communication. Effective communication between employees and management can influence performance outcomes. So measurement can be done through regular reports from weekly, monthly, quarterly, or yearly to track performance over time. Now, after measuring performance, the next step is to compare actual results with planned targets. So this involves identifying deviations. It defined as the gap between expected and actual performances. So there's different kind of deviations. For example, we have the policy deviation and compliance deviation. So it occurs when an employees or departments fail to follow company policies or regulations, and also if the company does not met regulatory or legal requirements. And in deviations, there's also this decision-making deviation, the delegation deviation, in which a manager either delegates too much responsibility without proper oversight or fails to delegate tasks appropriately. So in this one, it costs or it results in efficiencies or burdening certain employees. Now, also we have this compliance deviations. This when manager ignores or violate regulatory requirements or internal policies, such as bypassing safety protocols or employment laws. We also have this, and the most important is communication deviation when a manager fails to communicate important information to the team or does so inconsistently, leading to confusion, missed deadlines, or project misalignment. So these deviations can lead to disruptions in company operations and reduce efficiently in the structural management. So the extent of the deviations, here manager assesses whether deviations are positive, negative, or if a performance aligns with standards. It's crucial to identify significant deviations that warrant further investigations, and managers should focus on control by exception. So, concentrating their efforts on critical deviations that could impact business objectives. And now, once deviations are identified, managers must take corrective action. There are two main approaches to address these issues. So we have the corrective measures and the revising targets. So what is corrective measures? So for deviations that have occurred, managers must implement strategies to correct performance issues. So this could involve retraining employees, revising processes, or enhancing resources. Now, in revising targets, if corrective measures do not yield the desired results, it may be necessary to adjust the target. So this flexibility ensures that goals remain realistic and achievable based on current performance levels. So additionally, follow up is a vital part of the controlling process. It ensures that the corrective measures taken are effective and that performance is consistently monitored. So I think that's all for the process of controlling.
The characteristic of evaluation tool is necessary to know if deviation exists or that is to take a corrective action to achieve the goal. There are four characteristic of evaluation tool. It should be free from bias, so the objective should be as it is what it is intended to be. It should be reliable, it should be accurate and precise that will produce the same result even if it is administered twice. It should be sensitive that can measure the fine lines of difference among the criteria being measured, and it should be valid that it is approved by the accreditation agency. One of the control tools that focus on providing the best possible nursing care is the nursing audit. The nursing audit is using for the evaluating of the nursing care given. There are three types of nursing audit. It is the concurrent, retrospective, and the prospective. The concurrent audit is done during admission. The retrospective is audit done after discharge, and the prospective are the one who answers how the future performance will be affected by the concurrent situation. The nursing audit focuses on care provided, not on the care provider per se. To determine the reason for any deviation, we use the standard performance that can give a focus on. There are three types of standard performance: the structural standard, the process standard, and the outcome standard. The structural standard focuses on the management system or the structure used by the agency in the delivery of care. It includes the number and the categories of the nursing personnel, the education, professional and the professional qualities, the physical facilities as well as the equipments and the functions. The data from the structural standard can be obtained from the existing documents. The process standard is the decision and action of the nurse relative to the nursing process. It includes the assessment, plan of care, and the nursing intervention. The data for this method is collected from direct observation, review of records, audit, and other sources. The third standard is the outcome standard, which is designed to measure the result of care provided in terms of changes in health status, changes in the level of their knowledge, satisfaction of those being served. The data for this method can be collected from the client interview, client records, or questionnaire sent to the clients. There should be a process of evaluation that is applied to the healthcare services of the healthcare workers. This is the quality assurance. The quality assurance focuses on the care and services the patient receives, done on how well the professional performs the duty in the position requires. There are four methods used in the quality assurance: the peer review, patient care audit, quality circle, profit analysis. The patient care review, the peer review are designed to monitor clients' specific aspect of appropriate care provided to a certain level of care. This is the quality circle also. It is a group of employees who meet regularly to solve problems and improve the quality of care. This program develops teamwork and also voluntary in nature. The patient care profit analysis is the process systematically analyzing the volume of the patient admittance, treatments, as well as the test or other revenue with the impact of profitability. Patient care audit is the quality improvement cycle that involves the review of the care rendered against the agreed standard of care. After this one, we will do the plan, do, check, act cycle. First, we have to plan to search for the opportunities and make plans. After the planning, we do and implement the change plan. After The implementation we will check to evaluate the executed, compare and to contrast the old and the new knowledge derived from it. Last is to act for the plan change. Again, if the plan change is ineffective. This is the plan, do, check, act cycle.
Good morning everyone, I'm Deohelia Birugay, and for today I will discussing to you about the disciplinary actions. So when we say disciplinary action, it is a corrective measures that organization take in response to employee misconduct, which may encompass behavioral issues or performance deficiencies. When employers hire individuals, they have specific expectations regarding job performance, adherence to policies, procedure, and legal compliance. Disciplinary actions are taken to rectify employee behavior while documenting the issues for future reference. It's important to note that the primary aim of disciplinary action is not punish employees, but to correct their behavior. So we have a types of misconduct in the workplace. Number one, poor performance. Employees are expected to perform their job duties up to the set standards. Consistently failing to meet this expectation can lead to disciplinary actions. Number two is unprofessional conduct. Maintaining professionalism is essential at the workplace. Unprofessional behavior, such as harassment, discriminations, or threats, is considered misconduct. So, violation of company's policies, employees are required to adhere to all company policies and procedure, including attendance, dress codes, and other guidelines outlined in the employee handbook. So, examples of employee misconducts, number one is insubordinations. So, refusing to follow the law, full and reasonable directives from supervisors. So, refusing on the task is the example of insubordination. Number two is theft or fraud. Engaging in activities like stealing company's property or fraudulent actions. Like, for example, when you get some things in the company, like in the hospital, cotton balls, alcohols, and others, that is the example of theft. Number three is harassment. Creating a hostile work environment through abusive threatening behavioral towards coworker or customers. So, unwanted touching, verbal abuse, sharing pictures of the sexual favors. That is the examples of harassment. Types of disciplinary actions. So, employers can employ various types of disciplinary procedures depending on the severity of misconduct. This procedure includes, number one is verbal warning. So, is an informal conversation between a manager and employee. It serves as a reminder of the company's expectations and is usually used for minor defense or offenses. Number two is written warning. Is a more formal step in the disciplinary process used for more serious offenses. It creates a document record of the incident. So, yun. Number three is performance improvement plan. So, is the most common type of disciplinary procedure. It outlines specific goals and expectation for employee to meet within a specific time frame, providing an opportunity for improvement. Number four is suspension. Involves temporarily removing an employee from work, typically used when an employee's behavior is too disruptive to allow them to remain on the job. Number five, termination is the most severe form of disciplinary action and is usually employed for serious misconduct or consistent failure to meet performance standard. So, thank you. This is the last